I'm leaving Boyers now, and I'm gonna head down Mahantongo Street to go home so that you can see that nice street. This is Norwegian Street. When we get to the stop sign here, we'll make a right onto 22nd Street, and that will take us to Mahantongo Street. Alright, so now you're on 22nd Street, and we get to the top of the hill, and we'll be on Mahantongo Street. It's a very nice street. Some of it's better than other places, but it's a pretty nice street. And here we are, turning onto Mahantongo Street. The city does need to pave it, though. It's getting kind of bumpy. Maybe the kids would like to see some of Pottsville. Usually I just show you downtown, but this is coming from the west end of Pottsville, going back to my place. Now this intersection is 20th Street. If we were to make a left or a right, we would be on 20th Street. And of course, the next stop sign would be 19th Street, because the numbers will get smaller as we go. Oddly enough, there is no 17th Street. It goes from 18th right to 16th. And that's because 17th Street was planned, but it was never built. So this, if I make a left here, would be 19th Street. But all along Mahantongo Street here, you can see beautiful homes. Now, right about here is where 17th Street would be, but they never built it. So this stop sign coming up will be 16th Street. And now, as we pass through this intersection, we will leave what is called Yorkville and enter just regular Pottsville. Now, Yorkville is part of Pottsville, but the neighborhood has a special name. And here we are on 15th Street. And 14th Street. and 13th Street. And the next stop sign where we'll stop, it'll be 12th. Now, starting from here down, the houses start to get smaller, but it's still Mahantongo Street, and there's a lot of homes up here. In front of us there, you can see the steeple of St. John's Church. That's the church that I went to when I was a kid. This little street here is 11th Street. On your left, you can see Yingling Park. And on the right, of course, the church. And this is 10th Street. And 9th Street. Oh boy. And 8th Street. And now the stop sign here will be 7th Street. This is Assumption BVM grade school, Catholic grade school for kindergarten, 1st grade through 8th grade on the right. Assumption BVM school, it's called. And you can see the steeple off in the distance there. That is St. Patrick's Church. And, of course, the Yingling Brewery on the right, next to the church. America's oldest brewery. And here we have 4th Street. And 3rd Street, where he's turning. And here's the Mahantongo parking garage they just finished building on the right. We'll go up around so you can see the back of the brewery. So this is 2nd Street we're on. And there on the left you can see Trinity Episcopal Church. And now we're going to go on to Howard Avenue. And in front of us there you can see the brewery, the backside of the brewery. Imagine they've been making beer here since 1829. The oldest in America. You can see how it bridges across the street to the warehouse on the left, which you can't see. And this bridge here goes to the fermentation house. And here we are at Schuylkill Avenue. Nice view from up here. And we'll make a left and go down 4th Street. And you will see the old St. Joseph Church right there. And straight ahead, the steeple of St. Patrick's. And the courthouse off in the distance. The big clock. You can see that there. And on the right is the rectory where the priest at St. Patrick's lives. And now we'll start heading to my house. But instead of going on to Center Street, I'll go back up Mahantongo so you can have another view of Mahantongo Street. And we'll go down 12th Street and cross over to get to Laurel Boulevard, the street that I live on. So that was 5th Street, so we have to go all the way back up to 12th because all these smaller streets don't go very far. Here's 6th, and the stop sign, remember, is 7th. So now we're going back up in number. 7th Street. So we have to go all the way to 12th Street. So we have about 5 more blocks of streets to go. And 8th Street. And 9th Street. And the stop sign will be 10th Street. See on top of the stop sign, the sign. And there's Yingling Park again. I have to take a walk through there one of these days, see how it's looking for Christmas. And 11th Street. And the stop sign up here will be 12th Street, and we will turn right and go to my street. So here we'll turn right onto 12th Street. It's a very steep hill. I would not want to try to ride a bike up it. So here is 12th Street. And then when we get to the stop sign, across street here is Norwegian Street. At one time, my aunt lived on Norwegian Street before she moved out of Pottsville. And the green light down here, the traffic light, is Market Street. And where the van in front of me is turning, that is Arch Street. And we're still on 12th Street. Oh, just so I can show you how close that real nice house is to my place, I'll show you. Here's Race Street. Now this stop sign here will be the street that I live on, but I'm going to keep going because I want to show you the house, the nice house with all the Christmas lights that I showed you the other day. Of course, they probably won't be lit because it's daytime, but yeah, you just go up here on 12th Street, all the way to the top of the hill at the stop sign, and Mount Hope Avenue. And we're going to make a left onto Mount Hope Avenue, but we're only going to be on Mount Hope Avenue for about 2 seconds. Because Mountain Hope Avenue goes up the hill there where that lady's walking, but we're going to go straight onto Cedar Street. And then we're going to turn left onto 13th Street. So here's 13th Street, Imported Motors Garage. And we come upon the house, and there it is, with all the Christmas stuff. Now we'll make a right onto Spruce Street, and you can see the rest of his display here. And when we get to the stop sign at the bottom of the hill, that's 14th Street. And we'll make a left onto 14th Street. And that street will bring us back to Laurel, the street that I live on. So there in front of us, you can see the soccer field. So I guess if you ever came here, you would be interested in the soccer field. There's cars parked here. The school uses it for a parking area, but behind the cars is the soccer field. Maybe you can see the lights back there. And here we are on Laurel Boulevard, the street that I live on. So now we will just keep traveling on this street until we get to my house. So the stop sign up here will be 12th Street again. Now 11th Street doesn't come over this far, so when we go up the hill, it'll go from 12th Street to 10th Street, because 11th doesn't come all the way through, I guess because of the hills. And here we have 10th Street, and at the top of the hill we have 9th Street. And over the hill and you'll be at my house. I remember I live on 8th Street in Laurel. My address is Laurel, but the little street next to my house is 8th Street. So I'll just pull in here and park and we'll be home. And I'm sure you're familiar with this picture. You've seen it many times.